My dear viewers, welcome. When I am asked to take an interview by South Asian Academy of Wisdom and Skills with Jwalapuram Srihari, I feel it privilege
Yeah,
because today the interview is related to neuro-linguistic programming. And you know that this goes a long way in changing the perception of the students and also general public in different age groups. So let us try to understand what is neuro-linguistic programming, what is its impact, and what is its significance, what is its contribution to the society through this interview. Jwalapuram Srihari,
yes,
very good evening to you.
yeah. Good evening.
And our viewers are very much interested to learn about neuro-linguistic programming through
Yeah,
this interaction. What exactly is NLP? Can you please elaborate?
yeah. Thank you for the time for this interview. See, there are two NLPs. The first one is natural language processing, which is not we are talking about. We are talking about second NLP, that is neuro-linguistic programming, which was invented by Richard Blanders and John Grinder. It is Richard Bandler and John Grinder. They invented in the year 1970. See, they have invented this out of a necessity to find out what is the human intention to achieve goals in their life. And second thing is that if you see the human history, people have been struggling hard to achieve goals. So none of the goal is easy to conquer and achieve. So they found that the industry is growing. In 1970s, the technology and industry were at the incubation center. So they took baby steps and they were growing at a rapid pace. In those days in United States, they have observed it. And there was a necessity to discover some kind of technology which is inside the human body. So this technology, they named it as neuro-linguistic programming. See, when you say NLP, it's all about the mind mapping and reading of a mind, controlling of a mind, and all NLP techniques revolve around the mind. So beautifully, what I have observed is that every NLP technique associated with meditation. See, when our ancestors did meditation, like sadhus and sannyasis, in those days when they did meditation, they could achieve everything possible just by closing eyes and having a concentration focused towards their mind, and they could achieve easily things that they wanted. So the desires which have been run by the material world could be achieved by a technique called meditation. So this is a corporate kind of a meditation in the name of NLP. And NLP has got many techniques and many frames. As we go ahead, we'll be discussing about it.
Thank you, Srihari, for your positive inputs regarding NLP. And you mentioned that it's a sort of programming to tap the infinite potential that is already present in human brain or human mind.
Yes, yes,
And it was in vogue right from ancient days in
yeah,
India. Whatever may be the methods, there are certain traces of this NLP even in ancient Indian literature, of course, and
yes,
in
yes,
ancient Indian meditation
absolutely,
also.
absolutely.
Now, what is the significance of NLP as far as youth is concerned?
See, distortion is the first enemy of any focused mind. And we have to understand that focused mind is dangerous mind. But there are two aspects to it. The mind is not an organ, it is simply an entity. But mind needs to be controlled. Otherwise, mind controls your whole system. And when mind takes the charge of your whole system, you are devastated. So, particularly when we talk about the significance of NLP with respect to youth, the youth need to be fixed. So I saw in our previous video about energy and experience, where you are talking about distortions that youth is facing in this age of social media. There are a number of things that can just sideline you from achieving a goal. So with the techniques of NLP, your goal can be easily achieved. With respect to students, the students need certain kind of a focus, and this is a constant focus. See, there was a research paper written by Harvard Business Review. They say that fixing goal is easy in one aspect, but the path that leads to goal is difficult. You need not write research paper to understand this simple fact, but it is a scientific research. The fact should be taken as a pinch of salt. So when you understand that the goal is fixed and the pathway is difficult, now you need to work upon which way to be chosen, and the way should be consistent and a constant. Otherwise, goal cannot be achieved. I had a coach 4 months, I had a client 4 months ago, and she wanted to pursue the SSC examination, Staff Selection Commission examination. She took my help through LinkedIn. So I gave her the beautiful set of advices to have a focused goal, and now she is on a way to achieve it. There is a lot of progress in her thinking, observation, approach, etc. So every coach need to have that kind of a client, or every client need to have that kind of a coach to guide them properly. So that's why we need in education industry the mentor, teachers, guides, parents. All these people have experience, and youth will have a energy, and they can be driven in that way. So I took reference of your previous video about energy and experience to answer this question.
That neuro-linguistic programming goes a long way in deciding goal and also a route map towards achieving the same. Can I say that
Yeah,
previously in compound families,
yeah,
this neuro-linguistic program was done by our grandparents or our
yes, yes.
relatives. Do you accept with that proposal?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. In the name of techniques, the NLP was invented. So first of all, the techniques were invented, and then they have named this program as NLP, because we had this technique rooted in our culture since ages. For example, a technique called reframing. So reframing is all about forgetting what has happened, and then now you need to build your mind afresh, and then you have to go ahead. See, if you ask me a question about what are the presuppositions of NLP, there are presuppositions. I read out what are those. They say that everyone is unique and there is no right or wrong in life. There is no failure, only feedback. The meaning of communication is the effect. And they say that the map is not a territory. And they also say that there is a solution to every problem. We have all resources we need within us. Flexibility in thinking and behavior is the strongest. If someone do it, anyone can do it. There is another supposition. And there is a last supposition that is very strong. What they say that what we recognize in others mirrors the structure we hold within ourselves. So if you find a error in others, you have it. You already have it. If you agree to my statement, you are also thinking like me. So that is a point. So these are the set of presuppositions that NLP has have been driven with. So these are the vehicles. So if unless you accept these presuppositions, you cannot understand any single technique of NLP. And yes, I agree to your question that our ancestors used to control us or will take us in a direct way with the help of the techniques they already have. To the surprise of our belief, there is a storytelling technique in NLP, which our ancestors and parents use it as a weapon in order to divert us from the catastrophes that we face in our life. especially in our personal life. So storytelling acts as a weapon to change anyone.
Literature used this NLP technique to change the mindset of the public previously.
Yeah,
Of course, the present day literature is also doing the same thing, but
yeah,
we may not be recognizing the same, but it has its own influence on the public.
yes,
One more thing, Srihari,
yes.
is there any possibility of deprogramming ourselves by using NLP?
Yeah, NLP is meant to
For example,
deprogram. Yeah,
our mind is a programmed entity, or our brain is a programmed device.
yeah,
Is there any possibility, because we are programmed by culture, tradition, nation, all sorts of feelings? Just
yeah,
now you told that there is nothing like wrong or right. Just now
yes,
you
yes,
told.
yeah.
Is there any possibility of unlearning or
Relearning.
deprogramming ourselves by using this NLP? You
Yeah, yeah.
please
See,
try to
all
elucidate.
NLP techniques are meant to deprogram and reprogram our beautiful mind. See, there are three things like learning, unlearning, and relearning. See, what you learn is change. You learn change, you learn development, you learn technology, and you learn the very course of life. And unlearning is you have to get rid of the habits that you have been accumulated and which is going to destroy you. And relearning is the kind of new things that you need to inculcate and internalize into your life system. See, deprogramming is all about um, it is like collapsing your bad habits is deprogramming. Every NLP technique works for deprogramming, and every NLP technique at the same time works for reprogramming. I will just describe some five techniques which are there here. The first one is wellness vision planning. So it is also called as a wheel of life. Wheel of life means the aspects of life like education, romance, giving time to your partner, work life balance, and spiritual development. So these are all the aspects of wheel of life, and how much time you are giving to each aspect, that matters a lot. And there is another technique called the circle of excellence. So it gathers powerful internal states and making them available when we need them. So this is one such technique. And there is another technical reframing I mentioned earlier. So this technique talks about if things go wrong in life and how do you take it and how do you deal with that kind of a turbulence. And visual swish. This is a beautiful technique. I always suggest my clients to practice the visual swish. It means that you have to close your eyes and remember what has been troubling you, and you distance that image towards the horizon of your closed eyes, and then you just swish it with your hand. It's like a swish of a handle on the car's mirror, cars this thing, so that
Viper.
you just forget it. So there's a kind of a technique. And the last one is a parts integration. So parts integration means find out what are your strengths and you have to integrate it, and then it works like a, software. It works like an antivirus, and then you get your results achieved. So these are the techniques I would like to answer to your question. These are the very
Wonderful,
time-tested techniques that have been in the practice.
wonderful, Srihari.
Yeah.
Last question is, are
Yes.
there any colleges or institutes that are offering degree courses or certificate courses or diploma courses in NLP,
Yeah.
either in our nation or online?
See, in
And if
my
they are offering, what is the fee structure? Is it affordable even to a common man like me?
yeah, yeah, it is a bit expensive course, but it is affordable if you go with EMIs and paying equity monthly installments. And there are many institutions that have been offering these courses in India. I got trained under a mentor called Vikram Dar, and who is one of the global gurus, the main global gurus of NLP. He used to give a program in Bangalore, and he also gives program in Dubai sometimes. Yes, the course is expensive, but at the same time, it is also affordable course. And the second aspect of your question is this program needs to be included in our education curriculum so that many bright minds will come out. Skilled minds will come out because they are very focused about their goals. And the last point of your question is that there are diploma courses of NLP. Usually, this NLP course will go beyond 7 days or 25 days or 1 month or maximum 45 days. It again goes on. And there are many stages of this course. So, but end of the day, to answer your question very briefly, there are institutions which are providing this course. I strongly refer NLP Academy, which is headquartered in Bangalore, and they also give courses in Dubai. Please contact Vikram Dar for this beautiful course.
Thank you very much, Srihari, for your valuable inputs. Let
Yeah,
us meet in some other interview. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you for conducting this interview.